The following program was paid for by Southern American Media.
Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and 3-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie.
Man, here we are. Happy Monday morning. Happy Easter.
I see that our set crew did not change our decorations in the back, and we are still celebrating Easter today.
Well, I mean, the Easter Bunny was busy yesterday.
Must have
and he
been.
was tired, so he'll come through tonight maybe and get everything pulled down.
I thought I'd bring this up. It's a little chilly this morning, isn't it?
You know, it was a little chilly last night, but it was a little nip in the air this morning.
Nothing wrong with when you're chilly and you're having to do a little outside work if you've got a barrel to throw some trash in it and light it up and stand over with your hands over it.
Well, you'll save on your electric bill.
Absolutely. Sometimes you have to take it a step further there, Odie. Let's just go ahead and take a look at that beautiful bean footage as we head out to, well, let's go here to 29th Avenue and 10th Street. Let's just say that you might have got chilly last night.
Just bring it on inside and don't worry about the chimney. Smoke's got to, well, maybe it'll just fill the house.
Meridian Fire Department responded to a barrel on fire inside a house. They just rolled it right on in and went ahead and lit it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't know what. I almost want to say, here's your sign.
Well, what else can you say?
That's really a first for me to witness something like this.
I've been doing this for a long time and never heard of it.
You've never responded to a barrel on fire inside a house?
No. That's the first. We do need to get in touch with old dude and say, hey, here's you another line for your comedy show.
You know, one of those things, if you've ever burned trash in a barrel, you know that if it's not stirred up real good in the bottom, well, paper won't burn good, especially if it's a notebook or a book, something like that, and it gets heavy.
Yeah, it does.
That's why
you better have some air holes down there, too.
Yeah, that's where you take your axe and you cut the 3 holes in the bottom of it.
Or a gun.
Yeah, just however y'all need to handle it. But we thought you might want to know that in case you were thinking about rolling a barrel, and the Meridian Fire Department will come visit you if you do this.
It won't work.
Things that go on in the middle of the night. Also, I wanted to point this out. It wasn't that long ago in America where if you were a Christian, it was really a good thing, and where businesses supported Christianity throughout the United States. Now it's far and, well, few between that this happens. Let's go back to another time, back when things were the golden age of America, I might call it, and look at the skyline of Fox News put this out this morning. This was 1956 across New York. You see that?
One lady changed this whole outlook.
What's her name?
I can't remember her name.
Madeline O'Hara.
That's it.
I thought that was it.
How one person can cause what has happened with Christianity in the world. Now, I'm Christian, but I'm not going to shove it down anybody's throat.
No.
But
that's how you get others to come, because
that's right. And try and say, hey, look, come and be with us. But if you're not, that's fine. Just don't shove that down my throat. And if a business wants to put a cross made out of lights in their rooms.
How America has changed. Mayberry is no more. And I hate to be the one to tell everybody that, but that is so true, the way America has changed. We have, it's against, well, it's written down somewhere. What is that book that is written and all this is going to happen?
They call it the Bible.
That's it. I knew I'd remember it. It used to be in every motel that you would go into until, well, certain people said that was not good.
And school kids brought them home. Mm-hmm. The Gideons would take them to the schools, and everybody got a New Testament.
Were you in school when they used to do prayer?
Yes, we would stand up. Now, we had one girl that was in our class that she didn't believe that way. She sat down, put her head down, and while we said the prayer, she sat right there. And when it was over with, she'd lift her head up, we'd start class.
Right.
No one made fun of her. She didn't make fun of us. There was nothing out of the ordinary. It was just another day. She just didn't participate in that, and nobody held it against her, or she didn't hold what we did against us. And that's the way it should be.
And you look at this, you go back to George Washington, everything in America, Ben Franklin, all of these things. Now, they were sinners like you and I, don't get me wrong. But our country was founded on these type of bases, and they were slowly going away.
And now we had this old sheriff over in Florida that you
Boy.
posted yesterday. I love it. I love it.
Have y'all watched this guy?
Y'all got to go back.
They asked him why he shot somebody 15 times, and he said, "What?
I run out of bullets." I mean, this is
He's plain spoken.
There's a couple of them down there in Florida that will tell you, don't come here and mess up.
And he went through the incident that he was talking about. I like that. This guy needs to be higher up the chain.
Yes, he does. So y'all go watch that. It was posted on Scotty Ray yesterday. So go back and watch that and listen to his press conference. I love press conference. I love whatever it is out there to be out in the open for everybody in the public to understand what's going on. You don't have to give out all the information.
But
this guy didn't.
No, but he answered the questions of what the public wants to know.
Ricky Roberts, good morning, sir. How are you, brother?
I see, sometimes you never change. Whatever you are, you are. You just can't help it. What do they call it? A repeat type person? What do you call that when you've got a flaw in the slaw and you just can't help it? Well, let's take an example of this 78-year-old woman. You would think by 78 you kind of calm down. But we do this. Let's go to Missouri. Back in 77, she robbed her bank. Well, at 78, she went on, and she even left a note this time. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you, but I got to rob the bank.
I got to do what I got to do.
She's in the jailhouse now. She didn't get far. There's something about robbing banks and all those people that track you down and catch you later.
I guess it's the excitement of both ends. There it was right here. Don said, Sheriff Grady Judd. That's him.
That's him, man. He is quite the fella there. I couldn't remember his name, but he's something else. You remember the group ABBA? Do you remember that?
I do remember ABBA.
And is that how you say it? I never understood. As a kid, I remember looking at the A-B-A and then going, who are they?
It's ABBA.
ABBA. The lead guitarist has passed away as we look at that this morning. Is it Lassie or Wallander?
Oh, no, don't get me to
L-A-S-S-E. That's Lassie.
Lassie.
Come home. He has passed away. We thought we would let you know about that this morning. Only 70.
That's young.
It is definitely.
Especially when you got, what's his name out there from the Rolling Stones?
Yeah.
He's 90.
Still going.
Still going. What was
There's no stopping him.
No, him and Willie Nelson both, they're hanging in there.
So, Odie, I hate to pry into your personal life, but, I have to. You look like you're not moving as quickly as you normally do or laughing as hard as you normally do.
Man, I tell you what, I'm going to come up with a good story because the truth isn't that good, but I done broke a rib this weekend.
Ooh, did she hit you with something? Be honest about it. Did she? Yeah.
I told her she could at least hit me in my head. It was hard. She hit me in my rib, broke my rib.
So do you think you got a broke rib?
I do.
Ooh.
I heard that thing go.
Ooh.
Well, it was actually like.
Did you drop a piece of fried chicken, bending over trying to get it? What was it?
I was cutting grass with the lawnmower, and I went to go move something instead of getting up off the lawnmower. Like
Didn't practice safety.
Didn't practice safety. I reached over to grab it, and when I did, the armrest caught me right here, and I kind of pushed a little harder than I probably should have. So, yeah, I'm kind of a slow-moving.
I hate to laugh.
It is funny, though. I mean, Amy laughed at me all night. I said, I'm going to the doctor.
Getting reports of phones out in the portable area this morning. We do hope that gets fixed, and I haven't heard why.
2 weeks?
Yeah, that's a
phone
serious
service. I hope that's landline and not.
Yeah, I think
wireless.
it is.
I'm sure that's got to be landline.
Charlene, your sister, says she's watched or listened to ABBA before. Can you name one song that they did? Because I can't.
I sure can't.
I know nothing that group has done.
Charlene, they laughed at me all day Saturday.
They're starting to feel sorry for you. The reports are coming.
I couldn't even go hunt Easter eggs with the kids.
Because you couldn't bend over?
Because I couldn't bend over.
Ooh, bless your heart.
And then church that was tough yesterday too, but we was going to make it. It wasn't near the pain what the Lord went through to save me, so.
There you go.
I figure I could do it.
You can. All right, on the way, we're going to tell you about a shooting overnight. One person has been shot in Meridian. Multiple shots around town that led up to all this. We're going to tell you how this came about. Plus, the latest from the chief of police in an email has released some information. And also, we'll tell you about a city truck being impounded, or at least on the back of a wrecker. The suck-up truck is what they call it. Down the road it went. We're going to tell you about all of that, plus a special guest of a big event that's coming to Dumont Plaza tomorrow night. Y'all stay close. Don't rush off. If you're an outdoorsman, Garrett's Outfitters is a place to head to in Meridian. They have a complete line of gloves to keep your hands warm in these cold mornings, toboggans to block that wind, and America's favorite, Carhartt, from the rugged overalls to slacks and shirts. Work boots and mud boots as well. Accessories and a complete line of just about any gun. Protect your investment, your guns, with one of the many Browning gun safes they have to choose from. For the outdoorsman in your family, it's Garrett's, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 invites you by to take a look at a brand new product they've got. Odes, ATVs, and UTVs. These side-by-sides range from 800 to 1,000 cc's, and they come with heat or air. Whether you're doing work around the farm or hunting, they've got the unit just for you to keep warm or cool, depending upon that Mississippi and Alabama day. Swing by for a test drive today at Freeman Tractor. See coleslaw, buttermilk, and don't forget you can meet their newest employee, Eggplant. That's Freeman Tractor, Highway 494.
Have you been hurt on the job? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Know your rights when it comes to the workplace injuries. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
And welcome back. Scotty Ray and Otis this morning as we begin an early Monday right after Easter. Right now, chilly, 48 as we wait for a high, 69, 70 depending upon where you're standing.
Yeah, so it's going to pick up a little bit throughout the day and going to turn out to be a beautiful day.
Sure is.
So hopefully we can keep that. We need a few of these.
Now, as we mentioned, there's a big event coming to downtown Meridian tomorrow night, that big square there that's got that little stage sitting up there. Dan is here to talk with us. And Dan, tell us about the event, because with you, and you're here to tell us about why and what's going on in downtown Meridian.
Yeah, well, the event is called Paint the Plaza Purple. It's a fundraising event for the Alzheimer's Association here in the state of Mississippi. Alzheimer's, as everybody knows, is a devastating disease. It rips lives apart and families apart. So the idea came about asking a friend of mine if his restaurant would do a dine and donate deal downtown, Charles Fraser at Wyman's. He was the first yes, and then everybody.
And you know, you sort of sound like Charles now that you say you have that tone.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment because he's a great guy.
Absolutely.
So. But and since then, everybody has said yes. Every restaurant has jumped on board downtown. The Island Grill and Mia's Cafe normally aren't even open on Tuesdays, and they offered to open up just for this event to help raise funds to fight this disease. And then we kept taking it a step further. We went and applied for Dumont Plaza to be able to have that as a hub location for the event. Friends of mine, Timmy Seegers, Mark Boger, and Garrett Ip are going to do live entertainment. Mitchell Distributing, Magnolia Beverage, and Coca-Cola have jumped on as corporate sponsors. They're going to do beverage services in the plaza with all profits going to the Alzheimer's Association.
Great.
So it grew to that, and then it grew more when I started asking some retail shops downtown if they'd be interested in staying open that night and donating a portion of the proceeds of their sales to the Alzheimer's Association too. So literally everybody's open, and it's going to be open for business Tuesday night. Just looking for a great time for our city, taking advantage of the beautiful new downtown that's coming alive, all those great restaurants down there, and just hoping for a win-win that we can just raise some money to punch this evil disease in the nose a little bit.
And as you said, they're going to give a portion of their and why did you get involved? What made you go, okay, I need to do something? What was it?
Like a lot of people listening and watching, personally, my parents stole my mom from me. She lost me about 3 years ago. She's in the end stages, and now, unfortunately, my dad is heading down that same path a little more rapidly than my mother, and it just makes you angry.
It does.
And you know, when you get that anger, you can cower in it, or you can do something. And I'm just trying to do something. I'm not smart enough to solve this disease with a test tube, but I can fight and try to raise some money to buy somebody a test tube, and maybe we can raise the money that buys the test tube that makes a difference in this disease.
So how does all this work? So we go downtown tomorrow night. Excuse me, we go into one of these restaurants and have a nice dinner. Then we come out of the restaurant and go to the Dumont and enjoy festivities there? Is that what we're doing?
That's
or?
all you got to do. You got to come downtown, have a nice meal, and have fun. And you're contributing at that point because the restaurants are going to donate a portion of the proceeds. That's right. It's a great. Everybody's got to eat Tuesday night, so just do it downtown.
Right.
If you don't feel like eating out, get it to go. Just an easy way to really do some good, to enjoy our downtown environment. There will be opportunities to donate more should your heart pull you that way. We're going to have people at every restaurant and in the plaza representing the Alzheimer's Association. And obviously, we're going to have the luminaries. That's one of the things that the Alzheimer's Association does at their events. I didn't know that. And these luminaries are going to, the hope is by the end of the night, by 8:30, we've got luminaries around that plaza that stand for hope and courage in the face of this disease. And the idea is to light up the night. By the end of the night.
Do you purchase one? How does that work?
Yeah, for a $5 or more donation, we're going to put the name of your loved one on that luminary. You can get those at we're going to have people at every one of the restaurants selling those, and they'll run them down to the plaza for you and set them up around the plaza. And we're really hoping just to light up the night on Tuesday night.
And this is going to be nice.
Yeah, the bad part is I'm the one that goes, okay, why'd y'all come up with a name, paint it purple? I did not. I apologize. I had no idea that was the color of Alzheimer's.
Yeah, it is. It is their stand-up color. And Harry Mayer's being generous enough to throw a little fun into it. He's going to do a $100 gift card to the person that wears the most purple downtown that night for the event. So
wear your purple.
Just wear your purple. Come downtown, enjoy a great dinner, and help us fight this disease.
Well, we can't thank you enough. Is there a number they can call if they want to know more about this, or anything that y'all have set up where somebody could call to find out
Absolutely. More? There's lots of stuff. Virginia Carney Nelson's been great on Queen City social on Facebook. So that it's got a lot of posts there with a lot of information. Call me personally, 601-282-0083. Stop by the clinic up at Elite Physical Therapy. My staff, I've put them through a lot getting ready for this event, and they've been very generous, and we can all answer your questions. You can come there and purchase a luminary early, too, if you want to do that. For some reason, you can't make it to the event. We just want to get the word out to as many people as we can. I don't want anybody to not be a part of it because they didn't know about it. And thank you, Scotty, for helping me promote
All right, again, what time does it start tomorrow night?
5 o'clock to 8:30.
Dan, we can't thank you enough for coming in and hanging with us a little bit this morning and letting us know about all this.
Thank you.
Have a good day, my friend. We appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank
Scotty.
you.
On the way, we're going to tell you all about what's going on in Meridian. Shots, somebody hurt, what happened? That's next as we begin your early Monday.
Bring on the amazing colors of spring. It's the perfect time to spend in the yard. Al's Garden and Gift voted the best place to shop for beautiful bedding and vegetable plants, shrubs, hanging baskets, succulents, roses, and ferns in the state. Full line of mulches, soils, sod, and longleaf pine straw available for freshening up flower beds. There's always unique gifts, candles, pottery, and new shipment of delicious gourmet sauces, spices, rubs, jellies, and jams too. Bloom with happiness. Come visit the expanded nursery today at Al's Garden and Gift.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
I tell you what, I've always heard that was a painful deal.
But now you know.
Oh man, I don't wish this on nothing. And it's not one that's right here in the front. I mean, it's right here on the side, and so it's not getting me on every breath, but it gets me on every little turn.
Woo, bless you. Hang in there, Odie. Good morning from Enterprise. Yvonne is joining us. Also, Jones. Is that it? Jonas.
Janet in Colorado.
Yeah, a lot of folks up today.
So, yeah, good morning, everybody.
The headline across Meridian this morning by far is this headline here as we see that one person shot overnight. Now, what we know at this point, we haven't gotten a statement from the Meridian Police Department, but we do know that roughly a juvenile seemed to be around the age of 14 years old was shot in the area of 41st Avenue last night. We don't have any other details other than we know that they were shot. I don't believe them to be life-threatening, but I couldn't bet a wooden nickel on it because we have not gotten that report yet. We hope to find out more from the Meridian Police Department as the morning progresses.
Pray for his recovery.
Now, this could have something to do with it. I did get reports of this going on last night, and this is really, really close to that general area as we pull this up, as it was reported to us that shots were fired in the 40th Avenue area, 5th Street and 40th Avenue, really close to 41st. So we could have
could be
connection.
Something connected in there. And is this gang connected? Well, if you go back and watch that video posted yesterday from Florida Sheriff, he'll tell you what he thinks about a gang.
Absolutely, he did.
So.
Now, that's not the only shots that we had last night as we go out near Well, this is going to be out at Highland Park. It was just east of Highland Park, right in this general area here. The gunshots were reported also. Now, to our knowledge, no damage or injury on any of these gunshots. We go yet again to 23rd Avenue last night, near Meridian High School in that general area. Gunshots were reported in that area also last night. Wow. Again, to our knowledge, no injury, no damage done that we're aware of. But still not good, is it?
A lot of bullets in the air.
It sure was. And it was almost that we had a little bit of a time off away from this. That rain slowed everything down.
And now you'd figure it being a little cool, that would kind of stop. But no, that kept that going. So
yeah, we had one more report last night as we go out to 8th Street. This would be on top of the hill as you're going down near Rose Hill Cemetery. Shots were reported in the area there also last night. Again, no one hurt, no one damaged that we are aware of as daylight breaks. Now, again, that doesn't mean that things won't change. Let me show this. And again, I've asked for what the reasoning on this was, and we don't have an official answer on this. But as we go up near the mall, let's take a look at here. The police presence that was up in that area this weekend, as you'll go here, this is a video that was sent to me. As we look here, this is going to take a right-hand turn. And it's going to go around this curve. This is where you'd go in to eat. A lot of
yeah, that's right there by the theater and the restaurants there.
Right, and as you go around the curve here, you'll see the massive amount of Meridian Police Department there. Now, I was told it was somewhere around 8 to 10 cars.
That's a show of force, and there's got to be a reason to have that kind of a show of force.
Right. We don't have an explanation for it. No one was hurt. We do know that much, but we don't know the reasoning why they were dispatched there.
Yeah.
Something to keep in mind as we look at this, as we try to keep a control on everything that goes on. Now, the next headline that came across Meridian, this is pretty serious here, and let me explain what I know at this point. I got a call, I think it was Friday night before Popeye's Chicken closed on Highway 19, College Park. Said, hey, I just noticed a City of Meridian work truck parked there, and the dude driving it looked sort of maybe intoxicated. Now, I can't prove it, but he sure looked it. Well, the Meridian Police Department went that direction. By the time they arrived, that person was gone, last seen headed out toward Walmart. The truck was never stopped, never found. Lo and behold, let's go take a look of what happened next as we pull this up, and this would be a picture of a county truck, not the county truck.
City truck.
City truck. Yep, let me back up on that. City truck. It was a 2007 Ford F-150 that was in question as a deputy would stop at the Cefco in Lauderdale. Pretty common there. If you see a City of Meridian pickup truck sitting in Lauderdale, Mississippi at 1:30 a.m. on a Saturday morning, it makes you go, huh.
And, oh, there we go again. Oh,
I'm not laughing at the story.
Oh, I know it. You know what's going on, and the deputies know when city's out on a big call, and the city knows when the county's out on a big call. So if there was something going on, vice versa, they would know about.
Right.
People responding here and there. So
deputy goes in. There is someone there that looks to be intoxicated. He is not behind the wheel, which makes it, as I talked to Chief Deputy Ward Calhoun, if you're not behind the wheel, then you can't be charged for drinking and driving.
Public intoxication.
Right. As they ran driver's license number or social security number, whatever they used, I'm not real sure. Come to find out that the person that was near, in, around the city vehicle had a felony DUI arrest warrant out for him. So the person was taken into custody on the previous charge, and then a wrecker was called to haul the city truck back to Meridian. Now, I've sent an email for a comment from the different departments of Meridian to see if we can find this out, because this raises a lot of questions. Number one, was this employee, were their driver's license run? Who gave them permission to drive the truck? If there was no permission given, is that considered a stolen vehicle? It's just thoughts that went through my head that I'm sure y'all are thinking too.
That I don't know exactly how they do it.
I don't either.
I know with Metro, and every 30 days everything's run.
Make sure that you hadn't gotten a speeding ticket.
Right, and anything that would jeopardize your certificate, whether it be EMR, EMT, paramedic, or what. So I do know they do that every 30 days. And a lot of that stuff would fall back on some of the fire departments because they're with the EMR. We run ours once a year. Of course, the biggest thing...
Most companies do once a year.
Most companies do once a year, but at the same time, it would be, okay, you've got a vehicle that's provided to you. If something happens, you need to come tell your boss, the director, or somebody that, hey, look, I got this going on. So personal responsibility of this particular driver,
right,
should play some part, but because it takes a lot to sit there and just run all this information because our dispatch is running thin.
I can't 100% confirm, but I do believe the truck could be traced back, possibility. And again, this is a possibility to the water department. We'll find out if that's true or not today. We should have the arresting paperwork that comes with this and a picture. I could have posted a picture or name, but I decided to wait until we have that in front of us. I like to have a piece of paper that says it. I know it, but I want to make sure that each matches each. We'll get to that later today.
We got some power outage.
Uh-oh, where?
Up on Windsor Road.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
That's not good. I hope that comes back on for you pretty quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the next subject that we've had, this is 3 times in a row. 1, 2, and a 3.
Uh-oh.
Our grand jury has sent a letter, and their latest that they have told the police chief is, well, you need some training. There's some problems going on. And this, again, goes back to the administration, to Jimmy Smith, the mayor, and also the chief of police as we look at this. And they highly suggest that the sheriff's department be brought in. Learn from the sheriff's department. They don't seem to have the same issues as Meridian Police Department. And the police chief has released a statement, pretty much what she said in previous times. But let's go ahead and read that beautiful bean footage as we get this. This was sent in an email. It was not a press conference in any way. The chief says, after receiving the final report of the April 23 grand jury of Lauderdale County, I, on behalf of the Meridian Police Department, would like to express my appreciation to the grand jury for their concerns. Well, that's real nice. I like that. Yeah. Well, first, thank you for recommendations for additional equipment that would be great assistance to furtherance of evidentiary collection, digital extractions, and examinations. Of course, what she's talking about is the referral there of being able to remove things from cell phones, crime scenes, processing them. It should be noted that our department's investigators are in the process of receiving more training conducted by 2 MPD investigators who completed advanced crime scene investigation training, the Mississippi Law Enforcement Training Officers Academy. As you can see, you can reading this, and the next thing you go to is, were the 2 people that were sent like a train the trainer where they can come back and teach class, or is it somebody that went, watched it, and came back and told everybody what they saw? A lot of questions around that. But at the end of the day, we have more and more cases. I know for 100% sure, as I spoke with the sheriff back in November, we had 2 people who had sat in jail for 2 years. As their case got come to go, they had to be released. And you go, well, why would somebody be released that's on a murder charge? I remember.
Good question.
The case file was lost.
Yeah, that's...
I'm just, as you look at this, and I don't have all of the details of that, but that's it in a nutshell. As you get into that, why was the case file lost? This is not the days of Barney Miller on TV to where everything is kept in a manila folder. It is on a computer hard drive. How do you lose information? Now, I understand maybe a fingerprint is taken and it's not uploaded to the system, and maybe that's the whole thing, that it's never being uploaded, that it's written down and not being uploaded. I don't know. We have not gotten answers, and this would make a great press conference of, hey, let's ask these questions. We the people would like to know this. Is there more of this to come? We'll see. From what I understand, the grand jury will reconvene not long from now. We'll see what happens. We had about 30-something non-true bills that came through. I don't know the breakdown of that, but we'll see what comes up next. Third, is it coincidence? We're starting to see that, well, maybe some training really does need to take place. Strictly my opinion. You may not agree with that. Maybe you do. We'd love to hear from you and what you think. But at the end of the day, Meridian would like to know that it's protected and that proper steps are being taken by those in charge to ensure the safety of the people. That's strictly my opinion. More on the way. Have y'all have a good morning. We'll be right back. We'll go into this day in history. J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. And they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
Patrick Allen Companies services and repairs all brands of overhead doors, residential and commercial. Our service technicians are factory trained and have over 125 years of combined experiences. At Patrick Allen Companies, we are not interested in being the biggest, just the best. At Patrick Allen Companies, our philosophy is simple. We want to give you more than you expect. We are just 4 miles south of Meridian on Highway 145. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
And welcome back as we begin this early Monday morning. And you ask, how many murders have we had? So far this year, we've had 2 murders in Meridian and 17 people shot. As of April the 10th, 17 have been shot, 2 deceased is what our numbers are. And another thing, let me address this. I had somebody email me or inbox me and ask me why I did not report a story that had happened in the state of Mississippi. And there was a perfectly good reason for it. It was disgusting. It was horrible, the act that went on, and I didn't post it just because you've read it somewhere else and it was bad. And that's why.
Was this the teenager on TikTok?
Yes, and that is why I did not post that story. It's one of those things to where you look at it and you go, I don't want a kid to see the story and ask mom and dad what all this means. That is why I have not posted that story. It's just
And if
awful.
you hadn't seen it, you don't want to.
No, just scroll right on by it. It is just let the courts handle this situation. Ugh, it gives me yeah. No, just leave it at that.
That's right.
1912, I can tell you where you didn't want to be. Now, of course, it sounded like a great idea at the time to be the first to be on something like this. It didn't end up too well as we go back to 1912, and she set sail, Odie.
You know, my grandson is in love with the Titanic. He walked in with his mama watching it one day years and years ago, and he decided that he wanted to check on that. So he started researching at 5-6 years old, the Titanic. And he can tell you anything you want to know about the Titanic, its sister ships, anything. So we're looking at January, taking him on his very first cruise. He'll be 14 at that time. Golly.
That's getting on up there.
Time. Yep. So we'll see.
That it is. And, you know, the sister ship of this also sank.
Yeah.
And I hate to tell you all this, but in a couple of days we're going to have this back in the news again. 1915, this guy was born. You've seen him every night. He had a horse that was his best friend on that TV show. Anybody remember Harry Morgan?
Oh, man, he was a great actor. Played in a lot of different things.
He did. I think he even played a preacher in a couple films there, if I'm not mistaken. Harry Morgan.
It does ring a bell.
Had a distinctive sound about him.
Oh, yes, he did. Yep.
All right, let's see here. 1920. Anybody ever heard the song "Purple People Eater"? Anybody know that one?
Sang. Oh yeah.
All right, Sheb
One-eyed,
Woolley.
one horn flying, purple people eater.
That's it.
Yep.
Not only did he do that, he would also be in Rawhide, Head 'em Up, Load 'em Up,
Oh wow.
and he would also be an actor
at
that was
that.
in Josie Wells, The Outlaw. If you've never watched that, the greatest Western ever put on film.
Definitely one of them. I tell you, when now Eastwood.
Don't get any better than that. But that is really one of my favorites, followed by Hang 'em High. That was a good one there as he became a sheriff. Just always good.
Man.
Like him. 1921, one of the, what I would call one of my first heroes on television because he was good. Everything the man done on the TV show had a moral to it, didn't it?
It did. It was back where you had a good show, but you had a lesson to learn on that show. And it was back where TV was good. It was wholesome to watch.
Chuck Connors is who we're talking about, and the Rifleman. If you've never seen him do that lever action,
one-handed.
He was swift. Never missed, did he?
Never missed either.
But he always stood up for what was right, no matter what the consequences were. Right was right and wrong was wrong. There was no one side of the fence or the other.
That's it.
Thought you might want to know that. As we look at this, one of our favorites here, and if you wear some overalls, you might could pass for him.
Yeah, I'll go sell me a car and get my BR 549. That's some of the best TV right there.
Junior Samples, of course. He was funny. And the Hee Haw Honeys. I should have looked for a picture of him and the Hee Haw Honeys.
That would have been all right.
You need to get us some Hee Haw Honeys to come up and stand with the board behind us every once in a while. I'm going to put you in charge of that.
Well, we're going to run a... what do you call it?
A contest?
A contest.
Yeah.
To get the
Hee Haw Honeys. We'll have to come up with a new name for them.
Yeah. We'll come up. We'll run a contest for about 4 honeys to stand by.
4 honeys. Say, bless your heart. As we go to 1929, you'll recognize her. She played the mom of Jerry Seinfeld, Liz Sheridan. She's the lady on the left there.
She's funny.
Yeah, that entire show was hilarious.
And about nothing.
Yeah, it was about nothing. Kramer.
Kramer.
I think everybody's got a friend somewhere that kind of has that Kramer feel to it. You go, it's just him.
It's just him. That's part of it.
Okay, Tony says we could call it Scotty's Bunnies. 1951, this next guy would be born, and he was kind of like, what was that song? Everybody was Kung Fu fighting.
Yeah.
He's one of the best there of martial arts. Steven Seagal was born.
I'm not going to tell you who he's married to or who he's not.
That's true. Yeah, we'll just stay away from that.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's see here. Did you ever watch the movie that he was in, Fire Down Below, about Kentucky?
Oh, yes.
That was good, wasn't it? Mark Colley, the singer, was in that also. A lot of country acts had associations with it.
Yeah, he's got some good shows that are very action-packed.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
There's
I watched.
definitely coming up with some names.
Oh, Jerome says Boyd Bunnies.
Look at there.
What was it that I walked through that was on last night? John Wick. They fought for about 10 minutes. Let's be honest. About a minute and a half of ha, ha, ha. You'd be out of breath. You couldn't handle it.
Yeah, you're not going to.
Yeah, they just went on and on and on and jumping and flipping. Yeah, in real world, that doesn't happen.
Throwing each other through glass. But I do love the movie.
Good. All of those John Wick movies.
4 is out now.
It is?
Yes.
I need to see that.
Got to see it.
1957, this movie would be released, and it's kind of set a standard when it comes to juries.
You know, it's a good movie.
12 Angry Men. He was the one that held out.
And sitting in there and you're arguing over the whole time of, why are you not saying this guy's guilty? Why are you holding that one innocent card? And he finally won at the time. And
there was a lot of them just wanted to get out of there. And
well,
if you
it was
gave
hot. The air conditioner didn't have one.
And if you said guilty, then you got to go home.
That's right.
But one by one, as you pointed out, they would turn and go, well, I got a little doubt in that.
Yep.
Makes you wonder and scary who's going to represent you. Who will those 12 be? What are they thinking?
It's black and white, but it was good.
Sure was.
Man.
1967. You probably know this through, was it M&M's probably, the commercial?
M&M's and, no, it wasn't M&M's.
What was it?
Raisins.
Yeah, I heard it through the grapevine. 1967, he walked into the studio on this day, and it was recorded, and it was a huge hit.
Oh, yeah.
It just sticks in your head. Now y'all got that problem for the rest of your day.
Now you see that big purple raisin singing it to you.
1987, I remember watching this, and it was pretty good. Michael J. Fox. Anybody remember him?
The Secret of My Success.
There you go.
Golly.
It was a
I
good
hadn't even
movie.
thought about it. It was good. I have to go back and watch that again.
Been a spell or two. Let's see here. 1991, we lost one of the greats. She would be on a deserted island for a little while, wouldn't she?
Yeah, a 3-hour tour, and she took 3 months worth of clothes.
Miss Natalie passed away. You know her more as Mrs. Howell.
Mrs. Howell. Mrs. Thurston Howell.
Yeah, it sounds kind of wrong to say Mrs. Howell without saying Mrs. Thurston.
Yeah.
Now, that brings to mind another question I must ask, because I no longer hear it. Back in when I was a kid, a wife was referred to as Mrs. Odie Barrett. That day is gone, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's now Miss Amy Barrett.
It's just Miss Amy Barrett, yeah.
Reckon why?
So...
I'm just curious because I never hear anybody addressed that way.
Well, and I guess that goes back to where women want to have their own identity. Like my sister, she's Odie's brother or Odie Jr. or Ray's daughter.
She's always wanted to have her own
She's something
independence.
besides Charlene. Mom and Daddy gave her that name just for them to use.
There you go.
But that was it.
1992, this guy would pass away, and it was very hard for me to ever listen to him because he was so loud and
Turn the volume all
and
the way.
obnoxious. Sam Kinison passed away on this date. He was the screaming comedian, if you'll remember him. He died in a car wreck, if I remember correctly.
I believe it was. William said that if we get any honeys back here, I have more than ribs hurting.
Frying pan. 1993, what was the number one song in America? Well, it was Reba with a little backup from a guy named Vince Gill. The Heart Won't Lie was number one on this date back in 93. Doesn't seem that long ago, but
Reba.
It was. In 2000, we would lose someone that was kind of connected to one of the guys that we brought up to begin with. Frank Burns passed away. Let me hit this button where you can actually read his name. Larry Linville. He passed away.
Frank's the only thing that stuck with me, and I've always called it. That was just Frank.
And then he was replaced by that other little bald-headed dude that came in after him. You know him.
Yeah.
He always wanted to listen to classical music.
I can't even think of his name now. I didn't like him near as much.
I didn't either. I liked Frank. He was just easy to pick on.
Well, he was not real bright.
Right, but easier to imagine Hot Lips Houlihan having an affair with him than the next one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I think that's one reason I liked him so much.
We would lose a national treasure, and I call it a national treasury because, well, everybody liked him so much. Johnny Cash's home would burn today. It was one of the Gibb brothers that bought it, was going to turn it into a museum. It caught fire and burned. I think it was from some paint that was left over that ignited.
Wow.
We would lose one of the prettiest women that ever breathed a breath. She was married to Hal Holbrook, if y'all remember. Dixie Carter passed away from designing women on this day back in 2010. She just had class and elegance about her.
She was the old Southern charm.
Yes, sir, Bob.
Woman. Yep.
Oh, we got the name. Don tells us. It was Charles Emerson Winchester.
That's it.
Charles from MASH.
Charles. Yep.
We would also lose one of the, this guy, if you back away everything that happened in the 1980s, there was one guy in country music that had more number ones than anybody else. Your Love Is on the Line, where there's fire and smoke. We would lose Earl Thomas Conley on this day at the age of 77 back in 19. He was really good at what he did.
Wow.
Once in a Blue Moon, I'll Do Something Right, and Holding Her and Loving You, probably one of the biggest that most everybody knows. It's where he's having that decision of, well, he's got a girlfriend and he's got a wife and he's holding her, but he's loving his wife.
So what do I do?
Boy, it was stout. If y'all never heard it, go find it today. And also, finally, our last case of people that were famous. Who doesn't remember this as we go back for Little Eva? We lost her on this day also. The Locomotion, the original version.
Yeah, that was
You
huge.
got to
and still
swing
being
your hips. Come on. I don't remember how the rest of it
and
goes.
that's still played today.
It is.
So,
Good morning. Already 7:43.
golly, fastest hour in TV.
Are you looking for a trustworthy place to buy your next car or truck? Visit my friends at Massey Supermart Auto Sales. They've been doing business since 1955. There's a reason they've been in business for so long. They have fair prices, superior service, and repeat customers. For your next quality pre-owned vehicle, it's Massey Supermart Auto Sales. Taking care of your car needs at 1023 Highway 39 North.
Profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
Nothing adds more value to your home than well-manicured landscaping. Distinctive Borders can transform the look of your residential or commercial landscaping with continuous decorative concrete curbing. Distinctive Borders adds an attractive, durable, and permanent solution that will add value and prestige to the overall appearance of your home's landscape. Choose from a custom range of colors and patterns at an affordable price. Call them today for your free estimate and design idea. Distinctive Borders, 601-490-3678.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Hello, my name's Kenneth Graham, and I'm running for coroner of Lauderdale County. For over 50 years, Lauderdale County's been represented by professional and competent coroners. I would like to continue that tradition. Over the next several months, I want to educate the public on what the coroner does and dispel any myths about the coroner job. I can show you that I will be the most professional coroner there is. So please vote for me August the 8th.
Paid for by the Committee for the Election of Kenneth Graham. Well, as we talk about careers, have you ever thought about being the lady that really scares people? We can help you out at MCC if you'd like a new career. And what we're talking about is being a dental assisting technology. You know, they lay out those tools and you go, whoo, somebody's coming.
Here, put this.
That is really, really a fast industry, and that's the dental.
Oh, yeah. And it's something that's going to always be needed. We're always going to have our issues with our teeth. So go in and they can clean your teeth, check your teeth, make sure that everything's good. Or if you do have a cavity, they can help the doctor take care of it. But you can get that education to start a new career right here in Meridian at MCC.
Private dental practice. You can go to work in a nursing home doing all of this. And, of course, schools, family practice. So far that you can go with this. If you'd like to learn more about this, call out to MCC today. They'll tell you more about it. 484-8676. Or go online. Any way that you want to do this, visit them at MCC and learn how you can get a new career. Not quite like it, is it, Odie?
That's right.
Let's see what else has gone on over the course of the last 24 hours that we hadn't talked about.
Bob said that job has teeth in it.
Yes, it does. Good way to put that. We need
Y'all
a drum.
stop now.
We're going to have to get a drum roll.
Y'all killing me.
Oh, nursing home can mail it in.
Oh,
it's
Lord,
just getting better and better
yeah,
with
it
comments.
is. See, there we go.
We had a small car chase over the weekend. It wasn't a big one, but, well, still it was a car chase that, well, it took place at 2800 block of 14th Place. The only problem was it sounded like a great idea to turn down that road right up until it was a dead end. then you got to leave your car.
Yeah.
Then they ran across as they went right on down here. It's Grand Avenue, isn't it? Isn't that where that is?
Grand Avenue, I believe so.
I said it wrong. Grandview Avenue is
Grandview.
proper. I want to say that. I got in trouble the first time I called it shortened. But
do that.
Last scene, they were still running. I'm sure they know who it is since there was a tag number associated with that.
The car.
Yeah. Over the weekend, who was out and about? He was there. Naked Man. Reported over near
the
skating rink, making his rounds.
Do you have him? Does he have a tan line?
Ooh. You had to go there, didn't you? You know, as we talked about that in the early morning show there, Halle Berry doing that this weekend. Just walked out having her glass of wine buck naked.
Well, that's how you get no tan line.
Right, yeah. There was a lot of photographers that got a picture of that. I guess she just felt the need to be in the nude.
Well, I mean, why hide it?
She didn't. Not in there thing.
I mean, there's some of y'all out there that don't need to go out there, and I'm one of them. I'm not. But Halle?
She was on it. We had reports of gunfire in Newton over by Oak Street and Pecan Road over the weekend. Let's pull this up where everybody can see this. It would be in this general area right here, Pecan, Oak Street, right in there. No one hurt, no one injured to our knowledge, but, well, it did happen over in that area. We did have an accident also in Newton County over the weekend. This would be near Chapel Hill and also over at Lebanon Church Road, right there. Deputies responded to the scene of that accident over the weekend.
Glad everybody was okay on that.
Yeah, we had an accident. I'm trying to down in Enterprise this weekend where we lost a life also near the Enterprise exit. It was a family, mom, dad, and 3 children. The father would lose his life on impact. The mother was flown to a hospital, and we passed along condolences to those family members that was involved with that.
And prayers for those children that's having to deal with all this. And man.
And I don't know the answer to this, but it seems like if it rains, somebody's going to wreck there as we pull this up. I-59 around mile marker 149 as that split comes together.
It's right there at that split or coming into Meridian. Right before you get to Meridian, it's kind of a sharp curve, and then it's 2 curves.
Right.
So you're getting out of one right before you get into another, and people are driving just a little fast.
And it goes to
squeak, and it's down a little hill, so when some of the oil that's getting washed off the road, well, it's not just washing straight off the road, it's washing down, and so that's going to catch a little extra oil down in that area, and it's going to make it slippery.
Right before daylight there was in the overnight hours. If you were heading west of Union, well, you had a little issue there on Highway 492. As you come around the curve, there'd be an 18-wheeler blocking the road there. It had an accident. They had to wait until a wrecker come to clean all that up there, but that happened on 492 west of Union. Newton County is where all that went down over the weekend. A lot of fender benders, and we do go out to the Highway 45 South area, as I got lots of comments of saying, hey, we've lost a true landmark in our area that fell across where out near Greg's, out by the Dollar General.
Yep, right there by him. And
huge oak tree fell.
Yeah,
look at that. You just don't replace those.
No, that's a huge deal when you've got a tree that's that old, that was in that good a shape.
Yeah, sure hate it.
No replacement.
7:53 as we bring a smile to your face. We'll be right back with more info.
The Square Peg Mini Mall, located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia, Mississippi, is a family-owned business that promises to treat you like family. The Square Peg Mini Mall has been operating for over 10 years and boasts over 30 vendors with a rotating inventory to fit that something you're looking for. Inventory is constantly updating, so there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall, located on 335 West Main Street in Philadelphia, Mississippi.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
Hi, I'm Nick Lisi. I am owner of Pinch and Tails Crawfish Shack here in Marion, Mississippi. We are located right across the street from the Subway Sandwich Shop, right next to the Little Griddle. If you're a seafood lover, we have the absolute best seafood in town. We carry crawfish, shrimp, lobster tails, raw oysters, snow crab, corn potato sausage, all the fixins. And for all of your special orders and catering needs, please call 601-934-0598. We're located in downtown Marion.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
We want to remind you that now the rain is gone. Well, your wife has got some stuff piled up for you to do when you get in from work this afternoon.
Well, not only that, but now I've got to go down here and buy some of these beautiful flowers that they've got at the co-op, and
boy, it's a heap of them too. Maybe you need a fern, something to make your yard look a little bit better. Or maybe you need grass. It's all there in one location to where anything, from a simple water hose to some nails, screws to benches, it's all there, including guns and ammo. They got every bit of it there for you. Seed, feed, and turkey collars for it all there. Whether it's a horse, a cow, whatever the case is, they got some seed and feed, and even for your chickens.
That's what I found a rake and a shovel that would fit her hands perfectly down there. So
is that an anniversary gift?
It is.
I think you should do that. From Odie with love.
I'll have a diamond on the end of it. Here we go again, y'all.
Bless her heart. Yeah, I bet she really would like one of those for next birthday there.
I'm going to try it.
Yeah, do that there. Hey, once again, this same location has come up on Highway 80 after we had all of that rain. I want y'all to look at this rain that came across here. As we go here, this is down by, that's HD. What's the name of that business?
HD Machines right up on the left. And then this is the backside. On the right-hand side is backside of Little Rock Quarry with road crew.
Right.
Dang. I can't even think of the name of it. But you had John E. Smith Trucking and all that on the backside over there. Talked to John the other day at church yesterday, as a matter of fact, and he said he doesn't remember it ever flooding right there when he had it. Of course, I think he sold a year ago.
Got it now, doesn't it?
But now there it is. He said he remembers one time, but that's it. And I hear this twice within a short amount of time.
Mary says she's glad she lives on top of a big hill. It could be helpful there.
There you go.
Clark County, an accident happened on Highway 513. We thought we'd show you a couple of pictures of this as the first responders arrived on the scene. Look at this. This could have been nasty there. A car ran off and another one injured there.
Yeah.
Boy, wrecks are scary.
They are. They really are.
So be careful out there as we monitor all this for you and report all this. Well, we're coming to the end of our time once again, Odie. It's already up.
It does not take long, 1 hour, and we make it the fastest on TV to bring your morning through. And appreciate everybody that has joined in on us and said a few things and said, hey, we love that. And 23 hours, we'll be back to bring in Tuesday.
Y'all be careful. We'll see you then.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: